Why were you born as you instead of being born as someone else? First, it's important to point out that you call everyone else you, and we all call ourselves I. Next, you need to see that each of us is an individual instance of conscious experience. Each brain on Earth is responsible for a different consciousness. To simplify it even more, each of us are an occurrence of experience. Now imagine if you somehow had all of your memories, unique behaviors, and everything that distinguishes you from everyone else erased. Now imagine we do this to all sentient beings in the universe, so that all we have is just billions and billions of instances of raw consciousness, or raw experience. Now, disregard the physical body of all beings, including yourself, in the universe. This way, all you see is billions of instances of the same exact thing, experience. I have a thought experiment. Imagine the universe as a single object, a single bubble, floating in an endless black void. This bubble contains all the atoms that exist. Right now, this universe is completely devoid of all life, so there isn't any experience whatsoever, just a lifeless universe. Then, a single occurrence of experience comes to exist. Some of the atoms in this universe start doing consciousness. So, you see this bubble called the universe has conscious experience. This universe's atoms are doing consciousness. This universe has become self-aware via some of its atoms. So there's a bubble named the universe, and it is conscious. Just a quick note here. All brains belong to the universe, similar to how the organs in your body belong to you. It is made of parts, but the parts belong to and make up the whole. So I'm not saying that the universe is conscious like a brain is conscious as one big consciousness. I'm saying that each brain is responsible for a separate instance of consciousness. Just like your whole body isn't conscious right now, your brain is the center of where consciousness is. Now imagine that the atoms in this bubble that were responsible for the experience stir around and that instance of consciousness ceases. But then, a few moments or years or decades later, some other atoms in a different part of the bubble start doing consciousness. So, once again, the bubble is self-aware. It knows itself through this consciousness. The bubble is conscious again. It's experiencing itself again. It may be experiencing itself with different atoms, but it is still experiencing nonetheless. It's almost like uh, if half of your brain or a portion of your brain right now were to die, but you would still be experiencing after that one part of your brain, even if it's a small part or a larger part. In this instance, the bubble can be compared to a brain uh, where consciousness continues, experience continues, even though one part of the brain has died. Again, so this means that death will not be followed by nothing or peaceful oblivion or anything like that. It'll be followed by experience that is being done by some other group of atoms somewhere else in the universe. Death will actually be followed by more experience because the universe continues to be conscious, that there is experience that will be continue to be produced by other atoms in the universe after this cluster of atoms stops producing consciousness. So you are a way for the universe to know itself, and we are all different occurrences of what is called you, or I. So if the you that's reading this had never been born, there'd still be plenty of experience. If there is no God, and we live in a naturalistic universe, then you are the universe. We are all the universe. Each of us are a way in which the universe remains conscious. Experience goes on. Now, another question comes to mind. Would this be true if there's a God, and this God created us and all sentient life, and this God exists outside of this bubble? Wouldn't you and I still be instances of the same thing? Yes, we'd all still be individual instances of experience, but we really are all unique. The moment memory is introduced to consciousness, each consciousness becomes distinct. So even if we can imagine a universe where each of us has no distinguishing attributes and we're all generic instances of the same thing, can we, in the real world, depart from the view that we're all unique? What would it even be like for you to have experience but absolutely no ability to remember even the previous millisecond or the previous half millisecond? Does consciousness depend on memory? The Abrahamic religions see us all as unique, but does that truly matter if each of us are in that bubble from the thought experiment? If we're all composed of atoms in the bubble and God exists outside of the bubble, isn't that the same as the bubble becoming conscious? But what if we're souls inside bodies? This is what's called dualism. The body and the soul are two different things, and the soul leaves the body when the body dies and goes to be with God. But what if we now include both the place God occupies and the bubble? Zoom out to include both as places consciousness occurs. So now we can draw a big circle around God's realm and the universe because they're both places consciousness can occur. There may be a line that designates God's realm in which souls have to cross, but both exist in the realm of possible places consciousness can exist. So now, imagine this circle is a big bubble. It has these unique separate instances of consciousness, including God, but they're all still instances of consciousness / experience. My point is that even if dualism is true, we still end up with the same thing. Each of us are instances of experience which cause experience itself to continue to be a phenomenon, no matter where or how it occurs. This would also include artificial sentience. So it doesn't really matter what is responsible for consciousness. It's just the fact that there is consciousness itself that is what keeps the universe or reality or existence, no matter how big you make the bubble. If there's conscious experience anywhere, then, well, there is experience. Despite death of an individual brain, or if you were never born, because other brains were born, there's still experience. So it's a matter of the universe being conscious. It doesn't matter if there's one brain or if there's billions of brains in the universe or existence. The universe or existence is conscious. So if you were never born, your lack of existing wouldn't be nothingness or an oblivion or kind of a black void. There would still be experience. It would just be some other life. Because, again, the real you is actually the universe, and it is experiencing itself through all of these through one vantage point or another. It's kind of looking at itself from one perspective or another, one pair of eyes or another, or if it's a blind person or animal, then it would be sensing itself. It'd be aware of itself through one brain or another. Like I said, it could also be AI or artificial sentience, or it could be a soul, it could be God, it could be anything. Um, so again, death or your lack of existence doesn't matter as far as there being experience following your death or having never come to exist, because experience exists either way. Thank you for watching and listening. Please like and share and subscribe if you'd like to experience more of this content.